Good morning, students. Welcome to Model School webinars for Senior Inter. Students, in the previous session of chemistry, Mrs. Sridevi ma'am explained us and gave introduction to carbonyl compounds, isn't it? Now, today, let us learn and get acquainted with aldehydes and ketones preparation and properties. Today, we have with us our own chemistry queen of principal, Mrs. Pollu Sridevi madam. She is from Pudur and from Vikarabad district. Madam, good morning.
Good morning, madam. Good morning, Vijayalakshmi ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
please take over the session,
for the
ma'am.
introduction. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Good morning, dear students. A happy welcome for the chemistry webinar. Myself, Mrs. Sridevi Polu, Principal, TSMS Pudu, is privileged to be here and to teach you the carbonyl compounds, children. And in our previous sessions, we have learnt about the introduction of carbonyl compounds, their classification, right? And then their IUPAC nomenclature. And today, it's the time for the preparation of aldehydes. Then what are these carbonyl compounds? The compounds which contain C double bond O group are called as carbonyl compounds. And which compounds contain this C double bond O group? That is aldehydes and ketones. Okay, so what are aldehydes? R, C, H, double bond O is a general representation of aldehyde. Then what is the group present here? C double bond O. And this C double bond O group is bonded with one alkyl group and one hydrogen atom. And let us see the ketones, right? So R, C, R, double bond O. Then what is the difference you find here? So the difference is here the carbonyl group is bonded with one alkyl group and one hydrogen atom. And here the carbonyl group is bonded with two alkyl groups. That is the difference here. Okay. So what is the common thing in these two compounds? The common thing in these two compounds is a C double bond O. What is that group called as? Carbonyl group. Hence, these compounds are collectively known as carbonyl compounds. Okay, and then here I will write the IUPAC nomenclature also. So, according to the IUPAC nomenclature, these compounds are generally known as alkanols, alls. Okay, alls. Okay, don't get confused. Ols means alcohols, right? Alls means aldehydes. You have to count the number of carbons, okay, and then you have to add the root word all. And then let us see the ketone here. So the ketones are called as alkanones. What are they known as? Alkanones. Okay, so let us write here alkanones. Own. Okay, I think you caught the point. Own means ketone. All means aldehydes. Okay, so now let us move to the session of the day. So today we are going to learn about the preparation of aldehydes. In my previous session, I have given the preparations of aldehydes and ketones. See by which methods both of them can be prepared. And there are particular methods by which only aldehydes are prepared, and then by which methods we get ketones. Today we are going to see. So the first one is the preparation of aldehydes. So how they are prepared, right? So the first one is by the partial oxidation of partial. What is the meaning of partial? Partial means not complete. Okay. So oxidation, addition of oxygen atoms or removal of hydrogen atoms. So by the partial oxidation of primary alcohols. What alcohols? Primary alcohols. So the first preparation is by the partial oxidation of primary alcohols. See, let us see this, right? See why this is the partial oxidation. Why? Because when primary alcohols undergo oxidation, the end product is carboxylic acid. But we had to restrict this reaction to only aldehydes. So we are going for partial oxidation of primary alcohols. Okay, children. So now let us see the equation. So RCH2OH. I am taking the general alcohol, which is a primary alcohol. A carbon which is bonded with OH group is linked with one alkyl group. Hence, it is called as a primary alcohol. What alcohol? Primary alcohol. So, a primary alcohol on oxidation. Okay, on what oxidation? Partial oxidation, right? Oxidation, addition of oxygen atoms. See, when we write oxygen in these brackets, it is a representation for nascent oxygen. Nascent means what? Nascent means newly born. Okay, so then primary alcohol on oxidation in the presence of, I told you that we are taking a reagent where we can get only aldehyde. See, that is PDC or PCC, pyridium dichromate or pyridium chlorochromate, in the presence of methylene chloride. See, what is the product here? So you get an aldehyde, RCHO. Okay, so I will write here the name of this reagent, pyridium dichromate or pyridium chlorochromate. Okay, Nana, I think you have understood the first preparation, chlorochromate. See, now let us take the example of a primary alcohol here. So I'm taking CH3, CH2OH. Alcohol means always it is ethanol. So ethanol on oxidation. What oxidation? Again, it is partial oxidation in the presence of pyridium dichromate or pyridium chlorochromate. Okay, in the presence of methylene chloride. Okay, or dichloromethane, because it contains two chlorine atoms and one carbon atom. So it is dichloromethane. And then what do you get? You will get CH3CHO. So what is the name of this compound? So ethanol. Okay, ethanol. Okay, ethanol or acetaldehyde is a common name, and as it contains two carbons and an aldehyde group, we call it as ethanol. So this is the first preparation. So by the partial oxidation of primary alcohols. Okay, so now let us move to the next preparation, children. So how aldehydes are prepared? Let us see here. Ethanol. I hope everyone is writing down the notes, children. So your exams are nearing by. So please remember this. Okay. So now let us move to the next preparation. See, the next preparation is by the dehydrogenation. Okay. Dehydrogenation of dehydrogenation of again our primary alcohols, by the dehydrogenation of primary alcohols. Okay. So the second preparation. So dehydrogenation. Dehydrogenation means again, see, let us come to the point. Dehydrogenation means removal of hydrogen atoms, right? So dehydrogenation, elimination of hydrogen. We can call it as elimination of hydrogen. Okay. So now let us take the alcohol RCH2OH. So again a primary alcohol. So please remember, a carbon which is bonded with OH group is linked with one alkyl group. So it is a primary alcohol. And this on, what is it? Dehydrogenation. Dehydrogenation means removal of hydrogen or elimination of hydrogen. And this is taking place in the presence of a catalyst. So catalytic dehydrogenation. What is it? Catalytic dehydrogenation in the presence of copper or silver at 300 degrees centigrade. And see, this reaction can take place in the presence of copper or silver catalyst, but in the presence of air, means when it is undergoing atmospheric oxidation. See, what are the products you get? Again, you will get our aldehyde. Then, but what is the difference? I will tell you. See, RCHO. So you got an aldehyde, isn't it? And then see the byproduct. The byproduct is hydrogen. What is a byproduct? Nana? Hydrogen. And here also RCHO. But here the byproduct is H2O. See why? Because it is undergoing dehydrogenation in the presence of air. So in air we'll get moisture, isn't it? So moisture will be present. So along with this we got H2O. But here it is H2. So this is the dehydrogenation of primary alcohols. So by the dehydrogenation of primary alcohols, so we will get aldehydes. So what do you got? Aldehyde from a primary alcohol, right? So now let us move to the reaction part in this. So now I'm taking a primary alcohol, that is nothing but ethanol. I'm going for ethanol. C2, C2H5OH, right? So on dehydrogenation in the presence of copper or silver catalyst at 300 degrees centigrade. Okay, so then what do you get? You will get our ethanol, CH3, CH3, CHO. Okay, so CH3, CHO plus H2, right? And then here, so you will get CH3CHO plus H2O. Just now I have shown you the general reaction and H2O. So in the presence of again catalyst, but this is taking place in the presence of air. Please remember that. So this is ethanol and this is ethanol, aldehyde. Okay, ethanol. Okay, Nana. So then, so this is ethanol and this is ethanol. See the difference? Just ol and all, because it is an alcohol and it is an aldehyde. So now let us move to the third preparation by distillation of by the dry distillation of calcium salts. Calcium salts, right? By the dry distillation of calcium salts. See how these are prepared by the dry distillation of calcium salts. Let us see. So calcium salt. Salt means what? When it contains cation and anion, it is called as a salt. So when it is formed from calcium, like calcium carbonate, calcium hydroxide, we call it as a calcium salt. And then dry distillation, removal of impurities, right? So let us see this by the dry distillation of calcium salts. Okay, so then RCOO taken twice Ca. So calcium salt of carboxylic acid. Okay, so then plus HCOO, right? Taken twice Ca. This is a calcium formate and this is calcium alkanoate. Calcium alkanoate. Alkanoate means it depends upon the number of carbons, right? So if it contains two carbons, we call it as a calcium ethanoate, like that. And this is a calcium formate, right? So now by this, you might have understood that I have taken a mixture, children, right? It is not the same compound. So it is two different compounds, isn't it? So we can call it as a mixture. This mixture is containing calcium alkanoate and calcium formate. And then what I'm going to do, so this is a distillation, right? Distillation, dry distillation, right? By the dry distillation of calcium salt of alkanoate, means calcium salt of carboxylic acids, So we get this aldehyde. So what do you get? Aldehyde. So now let us see the product obtained here. So 2 moles of aldehyde is obtained along with the byproduct that is nothing but our limestone. What is it? Calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate. So what do you get here? Aldehyde. Aldehyde. How many moles? 2 moles. Okay. Now let us go for the general reaction here. So here I am taking, see this, here I want to show you one thing. So when we take calcium formate, what is this? Calcium formate or calcium methanoate, right? So calcium formate, then what do you get here? Dry distillation, dry distillation, okay? So you will get formaldehyde, HCHO plus CaCO3, okay? So this is a methanol. What is this? Methanol. Okay, Nana. So this is the third preparation. So what is it? By the dry distillation of calcium salts. By the dry distillation of calcium salts, we get aldehydes. And then see here, this method is not suitable uh, except for the preparation of formaldehyde. Okay, so because we get mixture of carbonyl compounds always here. So please remember this point, right? So now let us move to the next preparation. I hope you're all writing down each and every equation and statement which I'm mentioning here, children. Why? Because it is very, very important to learn about the carbonyl compounds, right? So moreover, you'll get many questions from organic chemistry for your IPE and also for any of your objective examinations. Either it may be the JEE mains or your NEET examination, right? Now let us move to the fourth preparation. So by the reduction of, by the reduction. So again you are hearing a new word, reduction. Reduction, nothing but the addition of hydrogens, right? So by the reduction of carboxylic acids, carboxylic acids, carboxylic acids. So by the reduction of carboxylic acids, so aldehydes are obtained. So how they are obtained, let us see here. So this is carboxylic acid, RCOOH, right? So by the reduction of carboxylic acid, again I am taking HCOOH. What is this? So this is a methanoic acid, one carbon atom, isn't it? Methanoic acid or formic acid. And this is the carboxylic acid. So it means that we are taking a mixture of carboxylic acids. See my like my thing. What I want to tell you is here we have to take a mixture of carboxylic acids, and then by the reduction reaction. And what is the reagent here? MnO2, manganese dioxide, and at the temperature 300 degrees centigrade. Now, what is the product you will get here? So you will get again our desired compound, that is a aldehyde, RCHO plus water and then carbon dioxide, CO2. Okay, so this is our aldehyde which we are preparing now. So now let us move to the general reaction after this. So here I am taking acetic acid, CH3COOH. Acetic acid is a common name which you hear in your home also, isn't it? Vinegar, right? And what is the IUPAC name? How many carbons? 2 carbons, isn't it? So ethanoic acid, ethanoic acid. Common name acetic acid. And then again I'm taking the formic acid, that is the methanoic acid. So let's go for the IUPAC name here also, methanoic acid. See the difference, one carbon meet, 2 carbons eat. Understood? Now what is the reagent we are using here? Manganese dioxide at temperature 300 degrees centigrade. Now what is the product you are going to get? So you are going to get acetaldehyde, that is ethanol, all, aldehyde, ethanol, and then again So you will get water and carbon dioxide. So this is the preparation from the reduction of carboxylic acids. What are carboxylic acids, Nana? RCOOH is a carboxylic acid, isn't it? So depending upon the alkyl group, you will call them, right? If it is a CH3, acetic acid, CH3, CH2, then you call it as a propionic acid, like that, right? So now let us move to the next preparation of our aldehydes and ketones, right? So here we are dealing with only the preparations of aldehydes first, and then we will move to the preparations of ketones. So the next one is by the hydrolysis of alkynes. Hydrolysis of alkynes. What are alkynes? Aliphatic unsaturated hydrocarbons. So which contain carbon-carbon triple bond are called as alkynes. And what is this? So this is the Walker's process. Walker's process. So many times I used to tell you children to write all the name reactions in a book separately, such that every day if you go through these reactions, then it will help you a lot. Then you will remember me. Oh, ma'am told us to write all the name reactions at a place, right? Okay. And then you can watch these reactions every day. You can learn them, right? As you learn tables in your childhood, isn't it? So like that, if you remember all these name reactions every day, it will help you a lot, right? So by the hydrolysis of alkynes, what are alkynes? Aliphatic unsaturated hydrocarbons containing carbon-carbon triple bond are called as alkynes. Okay, so see this like this. C triple bond C. Understood? Right? Hydrolysis. Hydrolysis means addition of water and the cleavage of compound takes place. So we call it as hydrolysis. So by the hydrolysis of alkynes. So here I am taking ethine, that is acetylene. What is it? Acetylene. Acetylene is the common name, and then ethine is the IUPAC nomenclature. Eth means two carbons, ine, triple bond. So what is this? Sorry, 1 minute, Nana. Here I have to. Sorry, this is alkenes. Here, 1 minute. And this preparation is from, see, I was a little bit confused, and this preparation is from alkenes, right? Alkenes, okay, on Walker's process. Now, let us see this. CH2 double bond CH2. So what is this? Ethene. Ethene, right? So what are alkenes? Aliphatic unsaturated hydrocarbons containing carbon-carbon double bond. Okay, carbon-carbon double bond are called as alkenes, and carbon-carbon triple bond are called as alkynes. Okay, Nana? So this is our ethene. And then what is the reagent we are using here? This is palladium chloride. Palladium chloride. And then hydrolysis, isn't it? The addition of water. Okay, so then what is the reagent we use here? So this is a copper chloride as the catalyst, or cadmium chloride. Cadmium chloride. And then what are the products? So the products are acetaldehyde, CH3, CHO plus palladium plus HCl. Okay, so this is the Walker's process. So please note down. So ethylene plus palladium chloride plus H2O, okay, in the presence of copper chloride or cadmium chloride gives rise to acetaldehyde and palladium and HCl, right? So again, ethanol, ETHANAL, acetaldehyde. So what is this process? So this is the Walker's process, and here by the hydrolysis of alkenes, aldehydes are obtained. Okay, so then so ethene gives acetaldehyde, means ethylene or ethene. Okay, what is the common name? Ethylene. So polythene, right? Now, let us move to the next preparation, children. So the next preparation is okay. So I think this is the sixth one, the reductive ammonolysis. See, I'm giving all sort of reactions, Nana, which will help you for your objective also, not only for your IPE, right? Ammonolysis. Ammonolysis means what? So breaking or cleavage in the presence of ammonia is called as ammonolysis. By the reductive ammonolysis of alkenes, again here, alkenes, right? Okay. So then ethene or ethylene, how many carbons? Two carbons. Double bond. Aliphatic, unsaturated hydrocarbons having carbon-carbon double bond are called as alkenes. Okay, so then reductive ammonolysis. Okay, so here the first one is by treating with ozone, right? And then here, so let us go for the ozonolysis first, and then we will see the remaining thing. This I think already you have learnt in your first year, isn't it? By the ozonolysis of alkenes. Let me uh, go with this first. So what is this? Ethylene or ethene. And this on treating with ozone. Okay. And then on hydrolysis in the presence of zinc. CH2, O, O, CH2, and then O. Now, this undergoes hydrolysis in the presence of zinc. So here the bond will split. And then what do you get? So you will get 2 moles of formaldehyde. HCHO. How many moles? 2 moles. HCHO, HCHO. So you'll get 2 moles of methanol or formaldehyde. Methanol or formaldehyde. Okay, right? So this is the ozonolysis of alkenes. So ethene, that is ethylene on ozonolysis. So what is it giving here? Ethylene ozonide. So ozonide is formed first, and then which undergoes hydrolysis gives this methanol or formaldehyde, right? So this is a reductive ozonolysis. So reductive ozonolysis of reductive ozonolysis. Please remember, reductive ozonolysis of alkenes. Okay, so then let us move to the next one, by the hydrolysis of alkynes. By the hydrolysis of alkynes. So let us see the hydrolysis of alkynes here. Alkynes, aliphatic unsaturated hydrocarbons. In the previous reaction, I told you. So aliphatic unsaturated hydrocarbons containing carbon-carbon triple bond. Okay, so this on treatment with sulfuric acid, okay, and mercuric sulfate. So 1% mercuric sulfate, HgSO4. And what is the temperature? 60 to 70 degrees centigrade. 60 to 70 degrees centigrade. And then what do you get? See here, this H2O is added to both the carbons. How? Like this. So H is added to one carbon, it becomes CH2. Triple bond becomes double bond. And this is CHOH. And what is this alcohol? So this is a vinyl alcohol. And what is the IUPAC name? Ethanol. So ethene means a double bond and ol means alcohol. See, here you just remember, this is very important one. Tautomerism can be observed. Tautomerism. It arises due to the shift of a single proton, right? So this proton is shifted here. So what do you get? So you will get CH3, right? And this becomes a single bond and this becomes O, CHO. So this is called as tautomerism. So vinyl alcohol and acetaldehyde or our ethanol shows tautomerism. So tautomerism arises due to the shift of a single proton. So many times this reaction was asked for 2 marks, right? So please remember, so this is the hydrolysis of alkynes. So alkynes, what is this? Ethine. See the difference. Aliphatic unsaturated hydrocarbons containing carbon-carbon triple bond are called as alkynes, and aliphatic unsaturated hydrocarbons containing carbon-carbon double bond are called as alkenes. Okay, Nana? So this is the preparation of aldehydes from the hydrolysis of alkynes. Okay, so now let us move to the next reaction. See, I already told you that number of reactions are there in aldehydes and ketones. So this is the biggest topic in organic chemistry, right? Aldehydes and ketones, that is a carbonyl compounds. What compounds? Carbonyl compounds. See, the next reaction is by the hydroboration. By the hydroboration, hydroboration, oxidation, hydroboration, oxidation of terminal means end, terminal alkynes, terminal alkynes, HBO reaction, HBO reaction, hydroboration, oxidation. Okay, Nana, I hope you have understood this. Okay, so by the hydroboration and the oxidation of terminal alkynes. See, let us see this reaction, children, right? See, as I am teaching by taking a whiteboard, uh, it will be a bit slow than your presentation through PPTs. So kindly understand this. And it is an anti-Markovnikov addition. It is anti-Markovnikov addition. So anti-Markovnikov addition means against to the Markovnikov rule. Anti-Markovnikov addition and symmetric addition. What addition, Nana? Symmetric addition. Symmetric addition. See, let us see this symmetric addition. I'm not leaving each and every point, Nana. So, symmetric addition. So now let us see this. See here, I will give you an example, right? So, okay. So then, this is our terminal alkyne, okay? Now, which on treatment with the boron hydride, right? And then what is the second one? On hydrolysis. Okay, in the presence of a base OH minus. And what do you get? See, you will get a compound where the OH group will be attached to the terminal carbon like this. Now, this will undergo rearrangement. What is it? Rearrangement. Rearrangement. And then you will get this compound like this. Okay, so that, see here, here you have to remember one thing also. What is that? So I will write it as a note such that you can remember it in a better manner. What is that? So here you have to remember isocamylamine, right? See, isoamyl borane. Isoamyl borane is better used in place of B2H6, that is diborane. So isoamyl borane is better used in place of diborane to avoid complications. Here I will write, to avoid complications, to avoid complications due to double addition of diborane, due to double addition of diborane. Okay. Right. So this is the by the hydroboration or oxidation of terminal alkynes, HBO reaction. Okay. So then now let us move to the next one. See here, don't worry about all these reactions. So for your IPE, you can learn a very limited number of reactions. At the end of this organic chemistry session, I'll give you, means I will list out all the questions which will appear very frequently for your exams. Okay. So by seeing all these reactions, don't feel that, oh, this chapter is having number of reactions. How can I learn all these reactions? So now let us see the next preparation. So the next preparation is by the alkaline. Alkaline means in the presence of a base. Alkaline hydrolysis of alkaline hydrolysis of terminal gem dihalides. Do you remember? I told you in the classification of alkyl halides about the dihalides, gem dihalides and vicinal dihalides. Okay, if the dihalide contains both the halogens on the same carbon, gem dihalide. If the dihalide contains the two halogens on the adjacent carbons, it is called as a vicinal dihalide. What is it? Vicinal dihalide. So then coming to the next one, see that is a by alkaline hydrolysis of terminal gem dihalides. So what is this preparation? Now let us see. So terminal gem halide, see this R, C, okay, X, 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 H, right. I hope you have understood. Terminal. Terminal means at the end. So the end carbon is having two halogens. Understood, Nana? So see this. The two halogens are present on the end carbon. So we call it as a terminal gem dihalide or geminal dihalide. And this on what process? Hydrolysis. And What hydrolysis? Alkaline hydrolysis, means in the presence of a base. And then what is eliminated? Minus 2Kx. So potassium halide is eliminated. And see, what do you get? So you will get R C, okay, RCOH, means OH, okay, and here also again OH. So the two OH groups are attached to the same carbon, right? So then in such case it is unstable. So what happens? It will be eliminating a water molecule H2O, and you will get our aldehyde. So what do you get? You'll get an aldehyde, Nana. R C H double bond O, like this. R C H double bond O. So you will get an aldehyde. So I think now you have understood why you will get an aldehyde from this. Why? Because this is unstable, because both the OH groups are present on the same carbon. See? So OH, OH. So this is H2O is eliminated, right? So you will get this. I will show you how this is eliminated by taking another pen like this. OH and then H is eliminated. Minus H2O. Understood? So then you will get this aldehyde. So again I can remove this. Okay. Understood? So this is minus H2O and you got an aldehyde. So this is the alkaline hydrolysis of terminal gem dihalides. Terminal means end. Gem means when the halogens are present on the same carbon, we call it as geminal dihalides or gem dihalides, children. So now this method is not in use. Why? Because the aldehydes are affected by like alkali and gem dihalides are usually prepared from carbonyl compounds. So that is the reason why this method is not preferred. Okay. So then coming to the next preparation. So this is again a name reaction and an important name reaction, children. So from this is acid chlorides. So this preparation is from acid chlorides. Acid chlorides. And then again a name reaction. What is that reaction? So this is a Rosenmund's reduction. What is it? Rosenmund's reduction. Rosenmund's reduction. So name of the scientist is Rosenmund. Okay. Rosenmund's reduction. So how aldehydes are prepared by this reaction, let us see. So what we are taking here, we are taking an acid chloride, right? Acid chloride, RCOCl. So it is obtained from a carboxylic acid and then acid. So we call it as acid chloride. And then addition of hydrogens. So if you listen to me carefully, then you can understand all the terminology. Reduction, addition of hydrogen, acid chloride. It is obtained from a carboxylic acid and HCl, right? So then in the presence of a Lindlar's catalyst, we will go for another color. Lindlar's catalyst. Lindlar's catalyst. I will tell you what is this Lindlar's catalyst. So it is a very important reaction, Nana. Please remember. So Rosenmund's reduction. Palladium barium sulfate means it is poisoned by quinoline. Palladium barium sulfate in quinoline is called as Lindlar's catalyst. What catalyst? Lindlar's catalyst. And what is the product you obtain? Again, our aldehyde. So this is the desired compound. So this is the acid chloride, okay, and then you will get an aldehyde. So what do you get? An aldehyde. So I will go for a reaction here. We'll take the example of acetyl chloride, that is ethanoyl chloride. Ethanoyl, two carbons, isn't it? So the common name is acetyl chloride. Acid chloride, it is obtained from acetic acid. on reduction, addition of hydrogens in the presence of palladium, barium sulfate, which is poisoned by quinoline, called as the Lindlar's catalyst. Lindlar's catalyst. What do you get here? So here two carbons are present, isn't it? So you will get a compound which is having again two carbons. What is that? Ethanol. Ethanol acetaldehyde. Understood? So please learn this reaction, right? So I think you have copied this reaction, and today you are going to write this in your named reactions. And another named reaction is added, right? Rosenmund's reduction. Reduction, addition of hydrogens in the presence of Lindlar's catalyst to an acid chloride. To an acid chloride gives an aldehyde. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Okay, so this is Stephens. This is another name reaction, children. So what is that? Let us see. So Stephens aldehyde, Stephens aldehyde synthesis. Aldehyde synthesis. I have to write on the board and I have to check out Nana. Sometimes I may be a bit late. From alkyl or aryl nitrite. Aryl nitrite. Okay, done. So this is a Stephens aldehyde synthesis from alkyl or aryl nitrite. So how it is obtained? Let us see. See, we have seen 12 preparations of aldehydes. Okay, so then, so what is the reagent used here? So we will use DIBALH. I will write what is this. So this is diisobutyl isobutyl aluminium hydride. Okay, so aluminium hydride. Instead of this, we can use this like this ALH, then can also be used. Right? See, diisobutyl aluminium hydride. Now, another one I'll show you. DIBALH. What is this? So this will reduce the cyanide group, right? Cyanide group and ester group, COOR. What is this? Ester. The ester to aldehyde. It will reduce to aldehyde. Aldehyde group, but does not reduce C double bond C. Okay, so now please see these two reactions. RCN, cyanide, right? So in the presence of diisobutyl aluminium hydride, DIBALH, right? And then the second step is hydrolysis. What do you get? You will get an aldehyde, RCHO, right? And then the second one, ester, RCOOR, ester, right? So this on treatment with Again, diisobutyl aluminium hydride, DiBAlH, and then hydrolysis. So you will get again our aldehyde. So this is a Stephens aldehyde synthesis. What is it? Stephens aldehyde synthesis. And we can call it as a Stephens reduction also. Why? Because we are reducing this, isn't it? Reducing means addition of hydrogens. Addition of hydrogens. Okay, children. We hope you have understood this aldehydes preparation, and then I think let me check out the time, so I can go for the preparations of ketones also. Ma'am, shall I take 10 more minutes, ma'am? Okay. So then,
If you want, you can continue, ma'am. 10 minutes.
yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. I will take just for 5 to 10 minutes, ma'am, and then I will wind off, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, ma'am.
Continue.
Yeah. So so now let us learn about the preparation of ketones. Okay. Preparation of ketones. Please keep your textbook, Nana, while preparing all these preparations and properties of all uh, organic compounds. Okay. So then, so what is the first preparation? Let us see. By the partial oxidation, by the partial oxidation of secondary alcohols. In my last session, I have told you the preparations of aldehydes and ketones, like the differences, such that you can understand it in a better way. Why? Because by the partial oxidation of primary alcohols, aldehydes are obtained, and by the partial oxidation of by the partial oxidation of primary alcohols, aldehydes are obtained, and by the partial oxidation of secondary alcohols, ketones are obtained. So secondary alcohols. Right. So please try to understand, Nana, as I am giving all the reactions to you. See, sometimes you may feel that there are number of reactions, but don't feel like that. And those children who are sincerely preparing for your competitive examinations, see, like we are trying to reach you through this webinars, and as your teachers are also taking Zoom classes in many colleges and schools, right? So please try to learn all these reactions, Nana. Definitely, it will help you, right? If you see once, then you may think that, oh, it is very difficult, but every day if you try to practice this, like, you will become perfect, isn't it? Because practice makes a man perfect. So by the partial oxidation of secondary alcohols, see, let us go for a secondary alcohol, the R C R, okay, understood? HOH. See, a carbon which is bonded with two alkyl groups, like this. See, these are the two alkyl groups, isn't it? So this is R, and this is also R. So what alcohol is it? A secondary alcohol. Understood? Secondary alcohol. So this on partial oxidation. Why? Because on complete oxidation, you will get again a carboxylic acid. So as we want to restrict this to only ketones, so we are going for the partial oxidation. And then oxidation, addition of oxygen atoms, addition of oxygen atom in the presence of PDC or PCC. Okay, so this is a methylene chloride, CH2Cl2. And what do you get? You will get a ketone, RC double bond OR. So what is this? This is a ketone. Okay, Nana. So by the partial oxidation of secondary alcohols, we get ketones. See, let us write the reaction here. See, I am taking isopropyl alcohol, which is a secondary alcohol. The secondary alcohol. This is one alkyl group, this is another alkyl group. So a secondary alcohol, that is isopropyl alcohol, isopropyl propyl alcohol on partial oxidation, partial, not complete, oxidation, addition of oxygens in the presence of PDC or PCC, okay, and then in the presence of methylene chloride. What do you get? So you will get our acetone, CH3, CH3, C double bond O. So what is this? Acetone or propanone. Acetone is the common name, and then the IUPAC name is of ketones, children, right? Okay, so now let me revise all the preparations of aldehydes once. 1 minute. So today we have learnt about the preparations of aldehydes, isn't it? See, I hope I may complete this preparations of ketones in my next session, and also the chemical properties of both the aldehydes and ketones. So today we have learnt about the preparation of aldehydes, Nana. Aldehydes and ketones are combinedly called as carbonyl compounds because both of them commonly contain the C double bond O group. So the first preparation is by the partial oxidation of primary alcohols. By the partial oxidation of primary alcohols, aldehydes are obtained. So partial oxidation means not complete oxidation. Oxidation means addition of oxygen atoms. A primary alcohol on partial oxidation in the presence of PDC or PCC. If you use potassium dichromate or potassium permanganate, you are going to get a carboxylic acid. So to avoid that, we have taken here pyridium dichromate or pyridium chlorochromate. Okay, so then the second one is by the dehydrogenation of primary alcohols. So by the dehydrogenation of primary alcohols, right? So what is dehydrogenation, Nana? Dehydrogenation is also nothing but removal of hydrogens. D means removal of hydrogens, okay, from primary alcohols in the presence of catalyst is seen here. A primary alcohol on catalytic dehydrogenation, right? Catalytic means in the presence of a catalyst at 300 degrees centigrade, you will get an aldehyde and H2 is obtained. But here, when you see this process in the presence of air, when it undergoes catalytic dehydrogenation in air, you will get aldehyde, but H2O is the byproduct. That is the only difference, right? So now, then we have learnt about the preparations of aldehydes. So the third preparation is by the dry distillation of calcium salts. See here, we have taken calcium alkanoate and calcium formate. So this on dry distillation, aldehyde is obtained. Okay, so I have taken calcium formate. So this on dry distillation gives methanol. And then the next preparation is, we have seen the preparation of aldehydes by the reduction of carboxylic oxide at 300 degrees centigrade. Okay, so then see this. So here I have taken ethanoic acid and methanoic acid, which on reduction in the presence of manganese oxide at 300 degrees centigrade gives ethanol. The next preparation we have seen from alkenes, and this is called as Walker's process. Okay, so I told you to add in your name reactions. Okay, so ethene or ethylene in the presence of palladium chloride undergoes hydrolysis and gives ethanol. So what does it give? Ethanol. Okay, so then, so this is the preparation of acetaldehyde from alkenes, and this is called as Walker's process. So once again I'm telling you, children, so please write down all the name reactions and learn them every day. Okay, please don't miss this. Why? Because all the name reactions are very important for both your IPE and also for your objective sessions. Okay, so then we have learned about the Next preparation from
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am, for the
by analysis of
students.
ma'am. 1 minute, ma'am.
Hello.
Madam, 1 minute, madam.
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am. Yeah, sure.
By the ozonolysis of alkenes, right? So we can call it as reductive ozonolysis. So alkenes on ozonolysis gives this aldehydes, right? So ethene gives formaldehyde here, see here, 2 moles of formaldehyde, right? And then by the hydrolysis of alkynes, right? So ethyne on treatment with 40% sulfuric acid and 1% mercuric sulfate at 60 to 70 degrees centigrade gives vinyl alcohol, and this undergoes tautomerism. Tautomerism is also nothing but a type of isomerism where the product arises due to the shift of a single proton. So vinyl alcohol on tautomerism gives acetaldehyde, means the rearrangement takes place and acetaldehyde is obtained. Okay, so then we have seen the other preparations, that is by the hydroboration oxidation of alkynes, that is the HBO reaction. Okay, and then we have learned about the alkaline hydrolysis of terminal jump dihalides. Okay, alkaline hydrolysis of terminal jump dihalides. And then the most important Rosenmund's reduction. Please remember, Rosenmund's reduction. Reduction means addition of hydrogens. Okay, so acid chloride on reduction in the presence of Lindlar's catalyst. Lindlar's catalyst. What is Lindlar's catalyst? Palladium barium sulfate, which is poisoned by quinoline, is called as Lindlar's catalyst. So we get an aldehyde. Okay, Nana. So then the next one is the Stephens aldehyde synthesis. Stephens aldehyde synthesis. So here we use this diisobutyl aluminum hydride as a reagent, right? And this reaction is is used to prepare aldehydes from both the cyanides and esters. Okay, so I hope you have understood this preparations of aldehydes, Nana. So in my next session, I will deal with the preparations of ketones, and also I will tell you by which methods alone we can prepare aldehydes and ketones. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Vijayalakshmi, ma'am.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for the elaborate explanation of preparation and properties of aldehydes. Children, if you have any doubts, please revisit. And whatever the madam has told, all the equations are very, very important. Practice makes the equations very perfect. Please practice the equations again and again. And please revisit the session. If you have any doubts, prepare your own notes. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Shalja, ma'am. Thank you.